Welcome back, guys, to a very special video. It has been a while since I've done a spectating low-ranked Overwatch video, and that's because I've honestly struggled to find a good one. But I've got a good one right here. As well as that, this time I'm going to be doing it with my friend. Welcome to my world.
Hi. I don't know if you can hear me, but hello.
I think it's being picked up fine.
Woohoo!
So, just introduce us a little bit how much you played Overwatch, just put in your own words.
I think the last time I physically played Overwatch, like, properly, was it before COVID?
Oh god, probably.
Probably
Yeah.
before COVID. I don't have the game. I don't play the game myself, but I watched this guy play it a lot, so...
I know you're very interested in like the lore and characters and all that.
I like the character.
yeah. No, but you see, this is just the thing. We're in good company here. You see, Solar Angel here. I'm assuming she's in good company with you.
Yes.
No, but seriously, I think that the fact that you obviously don't play a lot is going to be really helpful, actually, because there's going to be some points where I'm going to like kind of ask you, okay, what's wrong here? Do you think you can figure it out? And I'm kind of curious how some of these are going to go.
Let's see what I've retained from watching you, shall we?
Yeah. Well, anyway, before we get into it, let's actually read the initial post this replay code came from, because it's a doozy. I knew I found a good one. I just opened up Overwatch University and see a post from 2 hours ago, and it just says, I have no idea what I'm doing on tank. Question or discussion. Hello, smiley face. The title pretty much sums up everything, lol. I main KIRIKO. I didn't need to read any further. Okay, being mean to KIRIKO there. But yeah, no, I'm thinking, when I think low rank KIRIKO, the kind of stereotype in my head is not a nice one. So, anyway, I main KIRIKO, but I'm currently doing my tank placement matches, and I can feel myself dragging down the team. I will say that is actually pretty nice. Like, don't get me wrong, people are always... well, almost always open to the opportunity that they're doing something wrong if they're even here asking for help in the first place. But it is very common, it seems, for people to be like, I feel like my team's holding me back, but sure, go on, tell me. It's very rare that I see someone just like, yeah, I think I'm just shit and I'm dragging everyone down, so you know what? The first step is admitting it. Welcome to rehab. Anyway. Anyway. I play Ram and D.Va, but I also want to learn Zarya. I don't want to be one of those tanks that switches between everyone because I feel like I'll never master any one. Is the 3 tanks I listed well-rounded enough? Well, okay, straight away, this is just my 2 cents, and obviously I'm not alone on this, but obviously I'm not the majority, but I am very much someone who plays everyone in this game. There are very few characters I don't play, and even the ones I don't play, it's not because I don't want to play them, it's just I'm not good at them and I'm trying. So aside from a small handful of characters like Widowmaker and Junkrat, I've actually been getting a little bit better at Widowmaker. My last game as Widowmaker went well.
Well done.
Thingy. But yeah, aside from a couple of DPS that I'm not as great on, generally I can play everyone in this game, and I really like being able to play a bit of everyone, and I actually think it's quite helpful. Like, don't get me wrong, obviously everyone's got their own specialised skills, but in terms of getting the bread and butter basics down, I think that a lot of the skills that you learn from mastering characters are transferable. And as well as that, well, don't get me wrong, you will obviously get better at a character if you play nothing but them. I also think you get diminishing returns. Well, like, if you spend like a year playing one character, you will get really good at that character, but even being really good, you'll only be like, I don't know, 40% better than someone who's just played that character for a couple months. Whereas you could have spent that time learning 6 different characters and being almost as good at all of them. And it's one of those things, it's up to you at the end of the day, but I do think that generally I would advise against this mindset of, oh, I'm losing because I'm swapping too often and playing too many different characters. I need to just learn how to play one character really good. But at the end of the day, it is up to you. I can't stop you. As for the 3 tanks you listed, I think they are generally decent. There's only one thing I'd recommend. You said that you want to learn Zarya. You can do that if you want, and I don't just say this because I hate Zarya and think Zarya is really boring, both to play as and against, but I would not recommend Zarya as your 3rd one. I think Rams are actually a pretty good one to be your main tank if you want to cover as many bases at once. Rams are a really good all-rounder. Don't get me wrong, he's built for rush, but at the end of the day, he can be a bit of an anchor tank too with his shield. He's got a lot of survivability. He's also got really good range compared to most tanks. He's not very exploitable, so to say, for the most part. The only thing that's really exploitable about him is block and standing still and getting, hooked out of it. So yeah. D.Va also is pretty versatile, although pretty difficult, and I think at low ranks a lot of people play her quite poorly. But I haven't seen your D.Va yet, so I can't judge. thingy. You got like a rush tank and a dive tank there, but for the third one, I think you'd want a poke tank. Those are like, there's more like types of tank than that, but like your three main team types in Overwatch tend to be like dive for like going for the back line and trying to kill supports fast and get in and out. Rush for just trying to rush right down the front door as like Ryan or Ramatra or something and just get right through their defenses, and poke for playing at a safe distance. And so you've got Ram for rush, D.Va for dive, but Zarya's another rush tank, so I would take a poke tank. I would take Sigma personally. I think Sigma's very well rounded, but that's just my suggestion. You don't have to take it. Anyway, sorry, carrying on. That was a little bit long. Anyway, I have no idea how to actually play tank. People say all these things about making space and whatever, but I just don't know how to do these things, ? Also, people say focus the squishies, but that doesn't mean jump into their backline as Ram and get assassinated, does it? Crying emojis. You can see why I knew this was going to be a good one. I feel like I understand Ram. I feel like I understand Ram well. How to use his abilities, how to fight with him. Sorry, but the positioning, like where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing, etc., I just have no idea. Anyway, if someone could basically explain that, it would be amazing. Also, any tips on the heroes I mentioned are very welcomed. I have a replay code here, blah blah blah. Their name is Solar Angel in game. Okay. So, here we go. Enemy team's running D.Va. They got Soldier and a Genji, and the metal rank special as their supports, Moira Mercy. It would never be anything else in the metal ranks. No, seriously. And you got a Sombra. If I remember right, your other DPS picks Genji when he takes his time. You're on Ramatra, and you support. You got a pretty good support duo. You got Brig Anna. Very, very good combo. To be fair, at these ranks, it's not necessarily like the Brig is going to be doing her job and bodyguarding the Anna the whole time, but still generally a very good combo, and very good with Ram. Anna is very good with Ram. So this is a pretty good team you got right out the gate. Alright then. Let's have a quick look then. What happens as soon as we get out of this door?
Escort the payload.
Each other, and we won't fail. Let's build the payload together.
Thinking. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna pause that. So I will say, nothing like crazy awful happens here, but there are a lot of things that just make me think, you know. Now, is there any that you're already thinking of? Well, or
the going behind the wall confuses me.
Yeah, I agree, pick up on that. So this is one thing where, like, usually, you know, when I first started doing these, I was thinking I shouldn't point this out, and it was just a little bit like, you know, nitpicky. But honestly, the more I'm seeing it in a lot of these replays, the more I'm thinking I should actually probably clamp down on this. I think it's a really bad sign when you're looking around like you're lost the second the door's open. Like, it sounds small, but genuinely, like, it kind of tells me you're very indecisive and you don't know what you're doing. And genuinely, I know this, like, a lot of people tend to get very nervous when they're new to tank and all that, and they feel like they're letting their team down, but I genuinely want you to know this. At the end of the day, there is only one thing worse than a tank who is confidently wrong, and that is a tank who's kinda right, but has no confidence in anything they do. Indecisive tanks that can't pick what they want to do because they're scared of picking the wrong thing are worse than decisive tanks that confidently pick the wrong option and give it their all. Seriously. Genuinely, that's a piece of advice you should live by. Not to mention, if you do confidently make a wrong decision and commit to it, it makes it a lot easier to figure out whether you made the wrong decision in retrospect and learn from it. Whereas if you're really indecisive, sometimes you confuse yourself out of not being able to figure out what you did wrong. So yeah, anyway. But yeah. So it's a small thing, but I do want to get on this small thing just to start. I'm not sure why you're walking over here. I think Wellnip hit the nail on the head. I think it's questionable you don't just walk over to the payload, considering you have a shield. I think you know the DPS are going to be over here on this platform, because even though you can't see them yet, and I know you are, at a lower rank and all that, and just doing your placements, at the same time, the fact that you're going left tells me you're trying to sneak around the back and deal with this platform. Like, I don't know why else you would go this way. So I'm guessing you know this platform is here and DPS tend to set up here, and if that's the case, you know there's going to be DPS staring at your supports who just went to push the car. Kind of feels like you should be the one doing that, not leaving your supports there. It's only a small mistake, because at this range they're not going to be insta-killed unless it was like a widow or something.
I mean, you're even going towards the payload and then you double back and go...
Yeah, this is what I mean about the indecisiveness. This is what I mean.
I was a bit baffled, I won't lie.
So I'm not sure why you would do that. And then you start holding this room. Now, to be fair, I have a bit of a speculation here. They did say they made KIRIKO. I think this might be them getting a little bit... This instance could be slightly excused of them getting support positioning and tank positioning kind of mixed up. Because this is actually a decent angle to hold as a support. Because usually your tank would be on the car, and you'd be able to see them, but the enemies can't see you because you're behind the wall. And so it's a decent little cubby to defend in, heal your tank. But the problem is you're the tank. You're the one that should be pushing the car, not hiding in the little cubby in the corner, leaving your brig to push the car. As well as that, you use your shield here, and it didn't really achieve anything. You're not shielding anyone off because you instantly walk through it. And there's no one in there, and you are at full health, and now you don't have your shield, now that you're actually being attacked by the D.Va. Well, at least you were. In fact, that's one other issue. I'm wondering if you can maybe pick this up. There's something about the ability usage here that I think, just in general, is a bit of an issue here. I think you can pick up what I'm going to say, well.
All the buttons. It's all of the buttons.
Yeah, I think they're too trigger happy.
Whoa,
I think they see things and they hit buttons. And
I think that's a panic hitting buttons.
Yeah, and again, I'm not certain, but it could be the KIRIKO game sense conflicting with the tank game sense again. Because in fairness, like if you don't Suzu people fast when they need it as KIRIKO, obviously they die for it. And if you don't TP out fast as KIRIKO, you die for it. So I think that maybe that's kind of conflicting here because the tank is kind of the opposite, where like genuinely, like not every tank matchup, but generally in most tank matchups, if you're the one to press your buttons last, you're gonna win. Most of the time. You are absolutely trying to ration your buttons and only use them when absolutely necessary. And so, I think it's a bad sign when, like, there goes your shield, you didn't achieve anything with it, you kind of just saw enemy, shield, and then you didn't shield anyone off and you instantly disregard using it. That's 14 seconds until you can use that shield again. And then, you see an enemy, it's like, Ravenous Vortex! But, you throw it at your feet, and they just walk away. You don't get them at all. And that's 12 seconds until you can use that again. And then it's like, oh wait, I missed that. Now it's time for me to pop my Nemesis form even though I'm full health now. And then the enemies are over there. It's like, oh well, there goes literally all your buttons. They're all gone already. And you haven't even started the fight. So, now thankfully, that didn't fight you in the ass too hard. Now, you get kind of lucky here. Obviously, this gets very, very busy. It can be a bit hard to follow. But, when I already tried recording this once, but my game crashed. So I'm trying again now. So I've seen some of this already, most of it already, actually. I remember I started screaming, please go for the Mercy, please go for the Mercy. Because your Sombra has already had the Mercy, already put a virus on her, she's already on less than half health, and she is currently pocketing the D.Va. If you try and kill the D.Va, she's got full health, all this armor, and she's being Mercy pocketed. If you just walk up to the Mercy, she's basically alone at this point, aside from the D.Va. She doesn't have anywhere to fly to. You just walk at her, one punch, dead. So, that's all you need to do. But instead, you look at the D.Va. Now, you get lucky here, thankfully. And in this blind panic, you actually hit the Mercy through the D.Va.
Oh, I didn't even
by complete luck. By complete luck, that happens. But yeah, I would just say, that could have gone a lot worse. If you didn't get that lucky punch and hit a Mercy you couldn't even see on your screen through the D.Va, that D.Va probably would have been getting healed this whole time, and you might have been in more trouble. Another thing that's just a small thing as well, is I can see you're getting right in the D.Va's face. And, like, I understand the logic. It's like, well, I'm a tank, I do more damage up close, so I want to get in their face. But you gotta remember that punch doesn't do more damage the closer you get. It's just, if you're in range, you do 70 damage per punch. No difference. It's just always 70 damage per punch once you're in range. So, you shouldn't be getting right in the D.Va's face, because the D.Va also does more damage at close range, and the closer you get, she does way more. So she's doing almost probably double the damage she would be doing otherwise, because you're getting inside her face when you could be fighting from just a couple steps away, about halving the damage she can do to you, and still doing all the same damage you can do, with no downsides. But in fairness, that's just a bit of an optimization. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter right now all that much here, but you can see very much once again the whole trigger happy thing. Another shield already. Didn't shield anything again as well. It's just kind of like, oh, there's an enemy, shield! You know, it's...
I also feel like the getting straight into D.Va's face was also a very disorienting experience. Because I know whenever I'm doing that, like, in any sort of first-person game. Remember, we played zombies and I got so baffled all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not good with first-person shooters.
Yeah, because you mentioned before, that's kind of like your main barrier for you. And I used to have this when I was younger.
Very disorienting.
Like, like just the controlling the camera and the movement at the same time. It's just one of those things that takes some time to adjust. But I think that's actually a fair point. I was thinking, like, about whether I should say that or not, but I thought, it's a small thing. But I've actually, now I think about it, it probably is worth mentioning. I do think that sometimes beginners who think, like, they're bad at keeping track of things and they're bad at aiming and all that, they kind of make it harder for themselves in ways they don't have to. It's harder to track which side of you the diva's on if she's wriggling around and you walk directly into her face. That means she only has to take one step to be completely off screen to your left. Whereas if you step back a couple steps but still close enough you can punch her, then if she tries to step a little bit to the left, she's still clearly in view, It just makes it a little bit easier to track your target. So yeah. So, there goes the shield. There goes the Raven's Vortex again, achieved nothing, unfortunately. But I will say at the very least, don't get me wrong, it's not insane or anything, but considering the rank level we're at, you are hitting your nanobots a lot. I was not actually expecting that. Decent shots, considering like the level we're playing at. Now, I don't like this. I don't like this.
A lot of spinning around.
Yeah, so... Yeah, this whole section here, I do not like. Yeah, I do not like it. I do not like it.
So he throws it up.
Yeah, he threw it at thin air.
Why'd you throw it?
Okay, so I'm gonna go back.
I understand the preemptive also is an enemy there I want to hit them. But I also don't understand, you've just killed all the enemies in that area, but they're not gonna be there, are they?
Yeah. So, let me explain. This is again like an example of like the whole. I was wondering if this is too nitpicky, but like I see this so often in the people who like need the help, who ask for like, please, what's wrong with my gameplay? Every time they have this issue. And I don't know if this is literally what causes it, or if it's just a common denominator. But either way, I think it's a bad sign that every time there's someone who's like really struggling and asking for help, they always do this. When a fight is over, they don't know what the hell they want to do. It's like, right now, what I would do, I think you have two options. You either sit on cart and help push cart, which I think is the weaker option, but I think it's a valid option. Or I think the stronger option is, I think you walk up to that ramp, slowly, make sure you're still in line of sight of your supports, don't run away from your Anna's sight, but so long as your Anna can see you, you can keep walking forward, and just set up a spot, maybe find some high ground, maybe find an angle where you can see the enemies pretty well, and if you need to, set up your shield if they start shooting at you, and just hold that spot. And that's the whole making space thing we were talking about. If you can walk up to that area and you have your shield ready and your supports can see you, you can basically lock that little like square of ground out completely to the enemies and make that somewhere completely safe for your allies to go to so they can keep pushing the payload forward. But because we're just kind of wandering around here like, oh, what's going on? Instead, we haven't been pushing the payload. I mean, now we are, but we just got there. We haven't taken any more space, and in the meantime, your Sombra's trying to do the right thing. Your Sombra, all the way over here, which I don't know if you even noticed, she's been trying to actually do what you should have been doing and try to take some space for the team. Because she went in alone, and in fairness, yes, she shouldn't go in alone, but, at the end of the day, she's got the right instinct. It's just that she probably thought her team would be with her. And she ends up dying to the soldier. Now, in fairness, they do trade. She also kills the soldier. But I'm just saying, if we go back here and watch this again, from the Sombra's perspective, naturally, she's thinking, right, you just killed there, you're going to push up there to the right, and the Sombra now she's heard the footsteps of the soldier, she knows the soldier's around here, and she's thinking, okay, I want to go for him. Now, in fairness, she does fumble this a bit. She gets a bit flustered when she sees the Moira too, and she gets detected, and then she's like, oh shit, I gotta do something. So don't get me wrong, that is a misplay from the Sombra. But I'm not expecting perfection here. And the general sentiment of what the Sombra's trying to do is right here. And imagine right now, if Ramatra's sat here on that health pack.
Ooh.
Then this soldier dies, the Sombra probably lives, they maybe even kill the Moira. But instead, he just kind of walked around in circles around the payload and didn't even push it at first. You can see why this is one of those things. It sounds so small, but I really do think it's probably not a coincidence that so many people are like, oh man, I'm just so stuck, what am I doing wrong? Oh, I feel like I just don't know how to do this at all. They always seem to be doing this kind of thing while nothing else is happening on their screen, I think it's a bad sign. So there goes your Sombra, unfortunately. Okay, sorry. Oh, I already forgot. I got so stuck on that. We didn't even... Well, I mean, we talked a little bit about this. So... I'm going to give you the most charity possible. And I'm going to work on the assumption that the reason you threw this at thin air is because you know the Sombra died somewhere over here, and you don't know if the enemy that killed them was still there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first of all, not only would I say, for a 12-second cooldown, I wouldn't just throw it at thin air, I'd at least wait until you see them. But I'd also say, I understand that this is a bit harder to do while playing, but you had nothing better to be doing at this moment, so I'm going to be a bit harsher here. The kill feed's right there at the top right. It shows you Sombra killed Soldier, and Soldier killed Sombra. So you know he's dead. At least you would know if you took a look at the top right. And again, it's one of those things where usually I won't get a bit super snippy about this, because it is very hard to read that while you're fighting, but you weren't even fighting, you were just kind of standing around, so you have time to read it and check, oh, that's what happened to my Sombra. I don't have to throw out this cooldown at thin air now, you know? So yeah. I would say, generally, if you're in a spot where you're not really fighting and you're just throwing out a cooldown to see if you can catch someone, I think it's not so bad if it's like a 4-second cooldown or a 5-second cooldown, just a smoke charge. But a 12-second cooldown, it's like, I don't know about that one, buddy. I don't know about that one.
Isn't it 14? Or is it...
The shield is 14.
I knew there was one that was 14.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to say anything about the next few seconds. I'm going to see if you have anything. Well,
Why? You could let the DPS look around back. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pause it there. I'm going to go back to all that. So luckily, we didn't get punished too bad. We didn't die here. But clearly that wasn't exactly optimal. Now, what do you think was wrong there?
Is it the walking around the back instead of walking like, because they go back?
That's a fair assumption.
They go back to here,
and
then they walk back around here. Yeah. Or is it the shield?
So, I would say this. I think that this is a bit of like a red herring where, like, I think this is a reason why a lot of people get kind of like stuck with, like, they feel like I feel like one big trap that a lot of people fall into when they're low rank is they're getting flamed by people who are also low rank, and so they won't really identify the real problem. There's a lot of situations where you can see something that looks stupid and you can say, why did you do that? You're so bad for doing the stupid thing, with completely ignoring the fact that it could have worked, and if it worked, it would have been great. And the thing, and I think what's important to focus on here is not the fact that you went round the back here. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't smart here, but it's not smart because it's not like it's not smart because going back around the back is stupid. Mm-hmm. It's not the simple concept in a vacuum of trying to go around this back way is stupid. Because you know what? No one saw it coming. The enemies didn't know you came this way. And you know what? Earlier, I was complaining. I didn't actually mention it, but I should have mentioned it. This guy focuses the D.Va way too much. It is true that they need to attack the squishies more, especially the supports. And you know what? Who do they go for? They go for the Moira and the Mercy. Perfect. You know, this is all great. Yeah. But this is where it falls apart. Well, multiple places, really. First of all, I don't think you've been paying any attention to where your team is. They're all the way over there.
Yeah, that's why I was a little bit like, you're walking. Your team's you're walking.
Now, here's the thing. This isn't even a thing of you're not close to your teammates. You can have a situation, like, genuinely, if you just take these teammates over here and nudge them over here and say they're down here near the payload, even though you're not close to them, I think that's fine. Because then, there's a chance that maybe Anna can see you and heal you, and also, your DPS are going to be pressuring the D.Va and the Soldier, which is going to be forcing out abilities, so they're going to have less stuff to deal with you. But because these enemies have already managed to drive all of your teammates out from down here, now no one can see you, not even see you. You're just sitting here alone, which is not good. Now it's basically do or die. Now, this is salvageable right now. It's still salvageable, barely, but it's going to be tough. You've got to make sure, essentially, what I would do is I would go hard on this Moira and then run through this room where the health pack is, run for the health pack and get back to your team. That is how you salvage this situation. And hey, if the Moira is like really, really slippery and you just can't kill her, just get out. The health pack's right there, just get out. You need to get out of here as soon as you can. But the problem here is an awareness problem more than anything. So you actually do go for the Moira first, which is correct. Do go for the Moira first, not the Mercy. Both of them are good targets, but the Mercy's going to be harder to deal with because she gets Dark Guardian Angel every 1.5 seconds, whereas Moira only gets 1 fade in 6 seconds. But here's the problem. From your perspective, it might not look like you did anything that bad. It's like, okay, so, once I'm already here, obviously I've got to try and do something. I go for the Moira. She fades. Okay, I can't get the Moira anymore. I don't see her, so I'm going to go get the Mercy. Well, aside from the part where you punched a wall, you go for the Mercy, and you might think, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it didn't work, but, is it my fault it didn't work? I tried my best and all that. This is where awareness becomes really important. And I understand this is a little bit hard to spot, but, this is literally probably your single most important skill as a tank, is to be able to pay attention to where people are and what's going on. And if this is, where you're going to get tripped up, you're going to have a lot of trouble. You actually should have kept going for the Moira. Because, let's zoom out for a second and put this in 1/4 speed. So we're not looking at this from your perspective now, we're looking at this from a third-person perspective. Let's take a look at what actually happened. Go to the Moira, she fades, and where does she appear? She appears right there, you can keep chasing her. Her whole team ditched her. Your Sombra even showed up to help you. She shows up to try and kill the Moira, but you're blind. You have no idea this is happening right next to you. Because you looked away way too soon. You saw the Moira fade and you instantly gave up. And you weren't paying attention to the fact that Sombra was coming to help you, so you don't even know she's taking this fight right now. And in fairness, maybe the Sombra was behind walls, but while you can't see enemies through walls, you can see your teammates through walls. So if you're paying attention, you know she's there. But you didn't pay attention, so you didn't know the Sombra was coming through here. And then you could have gotten the kill on this Moira if you kept pushing it. And now you go to the Mercy.
I didn't even notice that the Moira had
faded.
I knew she'd faded, but I didn't see where she went.
Yeah. And in fairness, I will say this. When I first watched this, I didn't know where she went, especially watching from the Rams' perspective. I will say this much. It's fair enough. Looking at from this perspective, it is very hard to tell what happens. I did check. You did see where the Moira appeared, but it was only out the corner of your eye for a split second. So if you were really paying attention, assuming the same mouse movements, you could have noticed it, but in fairness, it would have been very difficult to notice. But that's not necessarily the problem. Obviously, it'd be a bit strict to say, yes, at this exact moment, for 3 frames, you can just see the Moira out the corner of your eye here. The problem is where you're looking, When the Moira fades, the first thing you should be thinking is, where is she fading to? Instead of just, she faded, get out. Yeah, well, screw it, we're not going to kill her anymore. Because you give up instantly. You don't even think to myself, okay, so where's she going to go? And the fact that she went over here means that, and also you can quite clearly see the Sombra here, but yeah, again, I think you missed it because you got a bit disorientated and punched a wall. To be honest, I think, in fairness, I'll say this much, to be a little bit fair for a moment, you could make an argument to say, and I will admit, I don't think this is what you were thinking, but if you were thinking this, then fair enough, talk to you. If the Moira was smart, she would have faded to this health pack. And if she was at this health pack, you might have had a hard time killing her. But the fact that she panicked and she faded this way means that she's free food, and the fact that you didn't check where she faded is the reason why you missed this opportunity. But yeah, this is a big theme. A lot of the time when I see people messing up, it's not even they make big logical errors. It's not like I can be yes, I mathematically calculated that this flank was stupid. Don't get me wrong, you could have killed the Moira here, but you weren't paying enough attention to where everyone was. And if you were paying more attention, you would have been able to close out that kill by staying on her, knowing that the Sombra was coming to help. Anyway, so you come back to your team. Oh wait, you kind of do? Yeah, no, you don't get to kill the Mercy. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's another problem besides pressing all the buttons here, I think. It's not a huge one, but I wonder if you could think what the problem might be. Once they start into this corner. Yeah, right about now. That's true, but one other thing. So it's the way you use this Nemesis form, and it's not because just because you pressed it here. It's a bunch of contextual things. So first of all, you're already full health. I think you should have walked out there first and then pop Nemesis form. because then you get it for like longer while you're actually in the fight. You actually get more resources out of like recovering the armor, thingy, and you're closer to the diva and get more punches in, and maybe even get to walk on her back line. Now, it is true that they're focusing the diva too much, but also to play a bit of devil's advocate, it is really hard for them to go for anyone else right now. This is actually a situation where, don't get me wrong, in an ideal world, I think they still don't focus the diva and they try and just run past them, but I understand this is a really tough spot. The problem is, okay, so they walk up and they block. Why are they blocking? Sorry, 1 second. It's really hard to go back to like 1 or 2 seconds. Why do they block there? Their health bar is basically full. They've got 700 health. And, like, they're not anti, they're not in trouble, there's nothing going on to them. Like, there's nothing they should be scared of right now.
Maybe they're just I don't want to lose health player.
Yeah. They've got both their supports behind them as well. I mean, if I just go into Spectator right now... Sorry, not Spectator, Free Cam. Thingy. Oh, let me get rid of that. Briggs here. Wait, actually, where is Anna? Oh, Anna's literally standing inside you. That's why I couldn't find her. So yeah, Anna's with you, Briggs with you. You got all the heals in the world on you right now. Anna's got the best single target healing in the entire game. You are more than okay to just run at them right now. And again, it's kind of like I already demonstrated earlier. I understand that it's difficult to get past the diva, but what you should be doing is trying to run past them right now and trust that your supports are going to heal you, considering you've got some of the highest healing output you could possibly have. You've got better healing output than they do, really. At least tank healing output. AoE heals, Moira's better than Anna, but, you know, single target heals, Anna's better. So you could just run them down right now. But the fact that you walk up and you block, and you got all this health, man! What are you blocking? What are you doing? And this wouldn't be such a big deal if it was just, I don't know what's going on, I want to play it slow and wait for something to happen because I can't do much here. Because in fairness, it looks like you can't do much here. But the second you see this nade, the Mercy is literally 1 HP, and the Diva is losing their armor and antied, and they've only got a few more seconds of being antied. Right now, you should be pummeling that Diva. You should be getting her out of her mech before that anti wears off. But you wait too long, and now she gets healed. And the Mercy got away too. And it's like, if you were punching right there, you could have gotten two. You could have gotten the Mercy and the Diva. Bit too many ults committed, but that's not your fault. Probably just needed the MP, not the MP and rally, but oh well. Decent shield. That's actually a good Ravenous Vortex. Well, it's a good Thor Ravenous Vortex. You do kind of mess it up, you don't throw it far enough. But I will say, credit where it's due. If you threw that Ravenous Vortex just a step further, that would have been great. You're not only helping out your Sombra, don't get me wrong, he's probably still dead, but like, you're giving her a better chance of making her out there alive. But also, there's a health pack in here, as you probably know, and the fact that you're putting this like here means that you're kind of like locking the soldier in there. You're taking away his ability to just run out. So this is a well-placed Ravenous Vortex. It just needs to be a bit further up, because if I free cam over there, you don't actually land it because you leave this gap here and he just runs through the gap. But if you throw it a little bit further, that's a good Ravenous Vortex. Credit where it's due. I don't know about slowly walking up here, especially once you already hear that the Sombra died. Like, if you hadn't heard the Sombra die, then, like, fair enough. But, like, you know, when you know that you're kind of running in alone, and your Sombra's already dead, it's a bit like, Especially when you know there's a health pack in that room as well that the enemies can use, it's like, Yeah. And now you can see all the trouble you're getting yourself into. Now, what we're about to see right now, once again, I'm going to pass it over to you in a moment and ask you what you think, well, about what happens here. Tell you what. Okay. So I already mentioned that he went in too deep. Now, this is actually a really good kind of wake up call to like how things can look fine from your perspective, and then you look from a different perspective, and it looks really dumb. This initially seems unwinnable. This initially seems like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have walked up this far in the first place, but once you're here, it's not a skill issue. It's just, once you've already made that mistake, it seems like you're screwed here. But I actually think that they could have gotten out alive here and even killed the soldier and cancelled his ult if they didn't make a misplay. Well, a couple of them. Huh. Can you take a guess at what I think it is? Happens pretty quick. I'll give you that. Put it in quarter speed.
Stop blocking and punch the soldiers?
Not yet. Okay. So, this is a bit of a tough one, I guess. It becomes way more obvious. There's two mistakes here. The first one you maybe could have caught, without being able to look from a different perspective. The second one is obvious once I zoom out, although it's difficult to see from your own perspective, from this perspective. So the one that's from zooming out is that excuse me. What was the replay we were done? There we go. Right.
Oh, he ran into a wall.
And the brig was there, ready to heal you and bail you out, but you ran into this wall and she can't see you anymore. Not to mention, your Anna's right, like, behind this corner. So, like, at least she was. So, if you did just walk back around this corner while blocking, you'd be fine. As well as that, I understand that it's very difficult to look at your health bar while doing all this stuff, but if we go back to your perspective, I understand that walking into a wall, it happens sometimes. Like, obviously it doesn't happen to be a lot, but every now and then, especially on a new map, even I'm guilty of it every now and then. I'm like, oh shit, I know that's dumb, I just didn't think that wall was there. You know, I thought there was a little bit to the left.
I'm very bad at knowing where walls are, so...
Yeah. But there is one other mistake you made, where maybe you could have salvaged this if you didn't also do this. And it seems like at first, I don't blame you too much here, because even Well kind of fell for the same trap, where, like, you know, it feels wrong that you're holding block this long and not doing anything back.
Would you not just run away? I would run away.
The actual mistake they made is that they stopped holding block. Look at this. This whole time, they basically held 400 health. Like, they barely lost, like... Oh, yeah. They've actually tanked most of this.
Oh, so that's what
400. Look how quick it goes down the second he drops his block.
Because Moira's ulting on him, yeah.
Yeah. Literally, like, it's that insane, the difference. Like, just a moment. It's difficult to make it go back just a small amount of time. So look, 407 health, 409, 412. They start blocking. Wait, did they start blocking? Take your time then. Take your time. Oh wait, no. Oh, it's bugged. It is blocked. He is blocking. The replay view is bugged. Yeah, he is blocking right now. You can see because the button's highlighted in the corner. Anyway, his health is it's actually going up. Because he's getting healed while he's blocking. Ramatra block is that good that just a brig heal pack is allowing you to right now tank a Hanzo, a Diva, and a Mercy boosted like Moira ult. Because you're that good with your block and the brig heal packs. You could literally just hold this block and slowly walk backwards. But then you think, I've got to do something. Oh no, let me do something. I'm going to do something. Look how quick at 1/4 speed your health bar goes away the second you drop block. Gone. Oh. Gone. Yeah, that's nice. That's why it's very important. At the very least, if you had to block there, you would. If you had to drop block there, you should do it for a punch, not a Ravenous Vortex as well. Ravenous Vortex does not do a lot of damage. It's mostly for punishing people, like, you know, catching them when they use their movement abilities, and then like, you're stuck there now. But no one used any movement abilities, so doing it for damage makes no sense. The last thing as well, which in fairness, I will admit, in all the panic, I completely forgot you even had this as well, is you do remember you have your ult. And that does give you all your armor back and another Nemesis form as well as the AoE, and all the enemies are running into you, so they will be inside the ult. So, let me play the alternate reality version of what could have happened here. If I play this in 1/4 speed and I play it from zoomed out. So first of all, just before I say all of this, I want to, while it's paused, demonstrate that I think, actually, she's not there yet. I think while all this is happening, the Anna is positioned right here. So, like, she could have peeked out and helped you if you were at the right angle, but unfortunately you weren't. But either way, if I look at this from, I don't know, let's try this perspective. And try and imagine what happened if you don't walk into the wall, you hold block, and then when you're about to die, you pop your ult and start running into them. With both your supports behind you, by the way. And then imagine how that looks instead. So, see? See, health starts going down, behind you. Just gets to half. Pop Nemesis form, you get some healing. They pop the ult. Maybe 1/4 speed was a little bit slow, but here we go.
That was fine.
Yeah, it's fine at the moment, and then if we just walked around this little, like, pillar, and then blocked the soldier's shots so the brig doesn't die, body block the shots, and then pop ult, you can get around that corner, and if you can get around that corner, your Anna can bail you out.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can kill the soldier as well, because you're ulting. You know, even with Mercy Pocket, he's only got 250 health. Like, especially when you're double pocketed, you could kill him. And now, not only do you die, but Brig dies now, because the soldier just gets to run through here, and now Anna dies as well. So it seems like a small thing, but just the fact that you walked into that wall because you weren't paying attention, and you dropped block, and you forgot that you had your ultimate, now 3 people died because of it. Oh, hang on a minute. I remember this now. So you kind of get away with it if I remember right. This is a bit sloppy, but you get away with it. You just kind of walk into them, but it does kind of work, I'll admit.
Double.
Yeah, he kind of just walks on them.
Great walk. It gets the D.Va out for mech, but...
Yeah, so if he gets the D.Va, that's about it though. So okay, I won't be too harsh actually. This is don't get me wrong. This is not the worst ult in the world. There's the obvious fact that all the enemies are there, and the fact that you caught them off guard by going this way. So the flank wasn't useless, you know. There's the fact that, like, you know, you did take a lot of space. That was probably the best thing. It was actually not even the fact you demoted the D.Va. It was probably the fact that you took a lot of space. Like, before, the enemies had this area on lockdown, and the fact that you just ran in there just made them run all the way back to their spawn, and you got to take all this space. Yeah. That was probably the best part about this ult. But it's just a bit sloppy. So it's not the fact that you flanked here. Again, I think I really need to drill this in, that, like, people when they flame their tanks or whatever love to pretend that the problem is that they try to flank. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you shouldn't try to flank, but very rarely is it just they just flank all the time and it's stupid for them to try. A lot of the time it's that they just pick the worst times to flank. And this is a good example. It still kind of works because everyone arrives just in time, but at the time you're doing this, none of your teammates are here. Your Sombra's just barely arriving. Your Brig, I think, is just about on your tail, like just about ready for you. Oh, okay, actually, she's not that far behind. Your Genji's not here yet, and your Anna, your poor Anna's all the way over here. Like, essentially, this is actually a fine flank if you just wait a little bit. If you just wait, you don't even have to wait for your Anna. Like, don't get me wrong, it's best to do this when your Anna's here, but I understand she is quite a ways away. But, I mean, your Brig, your Genji, and your Sombra, you can wait for them. They're all not very far away. If you just wait 1 second and let them know, okay, I'm going in 3, 2, 1, go. If you just do that, this becomes way more effective. Because the second you run in here, it's not just one Ramatra running into a full enemy team trying to mow them down. It's a Ramatra running into the whole enemy team with a Genji slicing the backline up, with a Sombra pressuring their like D.Va and all that and hacking them so they don't have defense matrix, with a Brig healing you up so they can't pick anyone off. And suddenly it's a team wipe. So don't get me wrong, this isn't the worst. It's still a good flank angle. You caught them off guard. And in fairness, I think I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to assume the reason why you did this early. And if you did, I would understand this in fairness. I would even say this isn't even that bad of a misplay if you knew this, though I'm being a bit charitable here. I'm not sure if you did. The second that you went in, your Anna had just landed a really nasty anti on 3 people here. The third one was the Hanzo. The Sombra's already killed them. So if you were aware that they landed this fat anti and you were going in because you're like, oh, I want to go in before the anti wears off, I could at least give you some credit there. Because that is generally not a bad instinct, and you can't see how much health they have on the other side of the wall. They still have a good amount of health, so it didn't really work out, but, you know, you can't see that on the other side of the wall. I understand that. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and work off that assumption. Even then, like, by the time you arrive, it's a bit too late, and anti's worn off as soon as you can actually punch them. So I probably wouldn't have gone all in, but if that's the thought process, I'd at least say that's not a bad thought process. But yeah, mostly just pay attention to where your teammates are and wait until people are actually ready. It doesn't even have to be, I think that's the important thing, it doesn't even have to be they can see you. It doesn't even have to be your teammates are standing right next to you. It just has to be the teammates are in a position where they can contribute to the team fight. If they cannot contribute to the team fight, like our poor Anna all the way, where's she even gone? Oh, she's all the way over here, yeah. If like our poor Anna all the way over here cannot do anything to contribute right now. And neither can the Sombra. And Genji's just barely getting into the Wait, what is Soldier doing? Wait, what is Soldier doing?
He levitates.
Wait, where did you come? No, wait, I have to know. What happened here? No, he didn't just walk right past you. He did not. What is going on, man? No one's seen him. Oh, there we go. No one saw him. He's lost. Okay, that was. We need some Betty Hill music playing over this.
And he got.
I didn't even know that from the last time. I was too busy focusing on your play. Oh, okay, that's funny. Okay, that's funny.
I will give you shelter.
Alright. Watch out for the dragon, watch out for the dragon. Okay, you didn't stay in it that long. Didn't stay in it that long, but still, yeah. Maybe want to be a bit quicker on the dragon reaction. Get the kill in the hand, though, I remember this. One time. Well, you miss a few, but you get there in the end. And unfortunately, we're right back to focusing the diva. Oh, they are anti now, but, ooh, yes, this! So this is quite sloppy. I want to see if you can figure out what I think the problem might be here. It's one thing, it's a small thing, it's one thing. I played it slow this time because that was
I'm not sure what happened the second time.
So yeah. From basically everything from here to them killing the diva. They get away with it, it's a bit sloppy. So they throw the Ravenous Vortex into the defense matrix and they shoot it to the defense matrix, it beats them out, so that's not too bad. Like, it happens. It's not good, but it happens.
Shields a bomb that goes over it.
Yeah, so I'll get into that one in a second. I'll just let it finish and then I'll get into it.
And then stands right underneath the
Yeah. Okay, so at the end of the day, he gets away. They get away with a decent amount of this, but there is a lot of sloppiness going on here. So yeah, first of all, I actually think, in my personal opinion, they didn't even do the shield to shield the bomb. I think they weren't paying attention, and even though this is an obvious tell that the diva's about to throw a bomb, when she stands still and looks up in the air like, I wonder what angle I could get. I think that they just saw, enemies, and I have my shield, throws it out, and then they didn't even need it. No one was shooting this way. Yeah. But now they've already dropped it, and now the bomb's going to go over it. And if they just stopped for a second and thought, hang on a minute, I don't need my shield right now, and then, oh, hang on a minute, the bomb's coming, then they could have dropped it. Now, thankfully, no one dies to this bomb. But I just want to say, do you know where your Anna is right now? Now, I actually genuinely don't even know myself. I want to see where she is. She's over here, so she's fine. But imagine if your Anna's sitting over here, and you don't know where she is right now. I'm guessing you haven't looked back. If she's sitting over here, and a bomb lands right in front of her, she has no movement abilities, she has no shield, how is she supposed to live? She just dies. And there goes your main support, like your main source of healing. Especially in this comp, don't get me wrong, Brig can do the job, but Anna will heal like practically more than twice as fast as Brig if you just stand somewhere where she can heal you. So like, having an Anna pocketing you is like the main way for you to be like a power like play for your team. Like, you can just run in there and run them over so long as Anna's pocketing you. Mm-hmm. So your Anna dying is a big deal. Anna, in this team, Anna is the single most valuable member of the team and should be dying the least, if you can help it. And so, throwing away a shield when Anna needs it most against this bomb is a bit of a, ooh. Everyone else is fine, in fairness. Like, the Brig has her own shield, the Genji and the Sombra should be able to get out of the way, they've got the mobility. But Anna's got no mobility, no shield. She could be screwed here. Now, thankfully, she's close enough to cover when it happens, so nothing bad happens. And then you run over here. It is good for you to go for this diva, but you don't need to stand directly underneath the mech to shoot her. Like, again, you don't have to be this close. If you just take one step to the right and keep shooting her. Shooting her is correct. It's just you don't have to be inside the mech to shoot her. There goes half your health bar. Now, thankfully, nothing bad happens here. You do get out of here alive, and it doesn't matter that you lost half your health bar. Because, in the end, the person who comes after you is Moira, and Moira doesn't have the DPS to kill you. But, if I go back and play that again... There is a Mercy-pocketed soldier over here. Oh, well, Mercy's not pocketing anymore. If this soldier has a brain cell and focuses you instead of shooting your, like, Brig and leaving his supports to drive you out, he could have killed you. Like, if he's got damage boost and he runs in there, shoots a Helix rocket, boom, and there's also a Moira shooting you, you only had 250 health left, you could have died. One damage boosted Helix rocket is already nearly 200 damage, and that's basically all your health gone. And if you would have died there, it would have been entirely because you willingly walked into a diva mech and lost half your health bar for no reason. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, it all turned out okay, but I'm just saying, it's things like this where, like, just because you didn't get punished for it this time doesn't mean in another game if you pull the same stunt, you won't die for it. Anyway. Got a lot of blocking at full HP here. got a lot of shielding at full HP here. Yeah. They don't wait until they're low to use things to survive. They just kind of hit it.
It's almost like as soon as it's available, I'm gonna throw it in. Literally as soon as it's available.
Yeah, basically. Oh, yeah, this.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna say one word here. In fact, actually, no. I'm gonna let you say it. I'm gonna let you take a guess again.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot happened here, of course. And don't get me wrong. I will say it's not literally all the RAM here. Don't get me wrong. The teammates made some mistakes here too. I'm not gonna say until we get to it. Thingy. But focusing on RAM here and what they've done wrong, I wouldn't say this is the worst play. Like, it's not all bad. There are some things that are okay here, but generally I think this is pretty sloppy. And is there anything you can think as to why? Aside from, we already mentioned the hitting buttons as soon as they're available. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, wasting ability again. Okay, from here on out especially.
Oh, that's their break. Okay.
No, they don't have a break, that's ours.
Yeah, that's alright.
Oh, right, yeah. So it gets better as it goes here. So I want to explain what's bad here. So, okay, right. Here, it's not too bad, but they're already making a bit of a mistake, in my opinion. They are playing way too passive. Once again, you have a full health bar, man, and you have both your supports here. You got some of the best single-target heals in the game, and one of the tankiest characters in the game, and you're hiding in this corner here, and doing minimal poke damage to the tank that's getting healed faster than you can shoot them. You know, it's like, right now, you need to be pushing up. There are supports standing here who are wide open to be shot if you just step forward a bit. But you're playing really scared. You can play courageous when your supports can see you, and right now, your supports have clear line of sight of you. Especially once you put up the shield. You should keep pushing this angle. You shouldn't be scared off by this diva slowly walking at you. You shouldn't be giving up this angle and giving them space. Especially, this is where it gets bad. Like, what I said so far is a bit nitpicky. It's like, I say you're missing opportunity, but at the end of the day, there is a small argument to say, maybe you should play safe here until you have more information about what's going on. At this point, it's not even an argument, it's just wrong. Your Brig has popped Rally. She has a big fuck-off Reinhardt shield that has an AoE stun, and is facing down that diva alone because you just left her. And you're not using... Your shield is still there, by the way, and you're not using it as well, because you decided to go from this angle. And now your Brig is having to say, fuck this, I'll do it myself, and be the tank for you, because you're not doing it. And then on top of that, it's like, okay, well, my Brig pop Rally, okay, now later I'm going to realize, hang on, maybe I should actually be the tank, but I'm going to shoot the diva instead of the Junkrat, or I don't know, oh, this is where I'm going to start losing it, the Mercy, or the Moira, you know, they're right there, they're literally within punching range, but you're too busy shooting this goddamn diva!
Who's got defense matrix up back
Yeah!
The bullets are gonna do nothing.
Yeah. You literally have more than maximum HP, man. You are over the maximum because of Rally. You have 625 HP. You have Ravenous Vortex. You have Nemesis Form. Why are you not running into their back line? Why are you still scared? Why are you still using your abilities on the diva? And then the Sombra pops EMP, hacks the entire enemy team, halves their HP pool, and you're still hiding behind the payload. What are you doing? Literally, everyone on your team is being the tank except you. And then you're hiding here. And you're still... The Genji pops Blade. And you're still focusing the tank.
Just let the DPS do their job, okay?
Why are you still focusing the tank, man? And then... I'm sorry. I have to point out, this is the 4th ultimate! And only once you get the official permission from Grandma over here. Only once Anna says, okay, tank, I nano-boosted you. Do you get the fucking memo now? Walk forward! Are you like, hang on a minute, nano-boost, that means W. And look, as soon as you press W, oh, it's beautiful! It's a symphony! Everyone's dying! Bleep, bleep, bleep! Amazing! Nearly a team wipe! The second you actually press W, things happen! Okay, right. I'm playing up a little bit now for the fun of it. But yeah, This is why, like, it doesn't look that bad when you just watch it and you're just only looking from the brand's perspective and you're not looking around at what other people are seeing, and it's just like, well, I mean, sure, you know, maybe you could do better here, but he's just trying to play it safe, and, you know, he's just trying to shoot whoever's, like, available to him, and, you know, it's better to shoot the tank than to not shoot anyone and all that, and, it might be dangerous to go for the backline. But once you actually zoom out and see, wow, everyone is doing your fucking job except you because you're playing this scared, it really helps you see why it's not good to focus the tank this much. So yeah, I want to say, I can see where the conflict is coming in, because if you remember the post they initially made, they said they're kind of conflicted, because I'm guessing they know they're focusing the tank too much, because they said they need to focus squishies, but then they focus squishies, and then they get flamed for, like, going for the back line. And again, it's like, I sympathize with you a little bit here. Solar Angel, I guess. I sympathize with it a little bit, because I do think it's a bit of a hypocrisy of the community, where it's like, you do the right, no matter what you do the right thing and you still get flamed. At the end of the day, that's why, unfortunately, you have to play well and not to play to avoid getting flamed, because you will get flamed even if you play perfectly, even if you carry. Trust me, I play ball.
He does. And he carries, and he still gets blamed for it.
Literally, I have been flamed relentlessly by my entire team in a game where everyone on my team went negative. My Moira even went 2-17 with 2k healing over the course of a 20-minute long game, and I went 37-2, and they blamed me for us losing because I didn't pick a shield tank and babysit them. I'm not kidding. Like, that is how bad it gets with people who flame you just because they don't like you or don't like the play they made or because they're selfish and they want you to give them all your resources. At the end of the day, I'm sorry to say it, it is something where you're just going to have to bite the bullet and say, even if I play good, they're going to flame me. I need to ignore the flame. I need to focus on playing good. You will also get flamed less when you play good. Like, you'll still get flamed when you get played good, but, like, you'll get flamed less when playing good. And the only way to actually learn to play good is to stop caring about people flaming you and start caring about... Like, it's basically like, you don't want to take advice from people who want the worst from you and have no idea what they're talking about, basically. And in the games you're going to be in at lower ranks, most of the people do not want the best for you and have no idea what they're talking about, so don't take their advice. Anyway, sorry, yeah, bit of a side tangent. So yeah, we've now popped 4 ults, but hey, at least we got the point. We nearly kill the Moira here, but unfortunately we start missing shots at the end. But I will say, good Ravenous Vortex, good shots at the start, you kind of fall apart at the end here, you could have killed her otherwise. And unfortunately we're a bit late to kill a soldier, though I think it would have been difficult to do so in fairness, like I'm not going to get too hard on your case there. Now, in fairness, there are some other mistakes that your teammates make. It's not all just you. Like, for instance, this Genji does something hilarious. He pops his blade and instantly dashes into a Junkrat trap and spends his entire blade stuck in this Junkrat trap, which is hilarious, I will admit. Like, I genuinely did not know the Genji pop blade when I first watched this, because no one died to it. He just instantly... The dragon becomes... The dragon is put in his baby stroller. You know, it's not, all your fault, but, like, the other thing as well... Okay, it's in a moment, I think. Your Brig gets stranded over here. She managed to bring it back. What was it? I think it was... Oh, is it maybe another team fight I'm thinking of? There's something where you're Genji, Never mind, sorry, I'm thinking of another team fight, I think. Sorry, my bad, I'm getting ahead of the game now. Yeah, it's the next team fight. Sorry, hang on, get ahead of the game. That's why I got the confused. There's a moment where you... Yeah, no, sorry, it's when you pop Annihilation. Sorry, I got ahead of the game. My bad. So yeah. Let me wait a second before we get there. But once I actually think this is a good time to focus the D.Va. Yes, Annihilation. So, I remember thinking, wait, that Annihilation worked? Wait, this worked? And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, that should not have worked. What happened there? And it turns out the enemy team made a bunch of mistakes that let you get away with that, but that was very sloppy. So basically... Where is Sombra right now? I need to remind myself. Yes, Sombra died earlier in the last team fight, and she's on her way back. She's not here yet. So you're currently 4v5 at best. Then your Brig dies. So your Brig's also dead. Now you're 3v5. It's just you, Ana, and Genji's already half health. So right now is a bad time to use your ult, especially because you know none of your teammates have ult either, because every other ult was used last team fight. You only have your ult, and you only have half your team against the entire enemy team taking a fight inside, basically right outside their spawn. This is a pretty dangerous spot to be in. right now, what I would focus on is your Ana. By the way, I forgot to mention this game. Your Sombra was doing amazing, and your Ana was hard carrying. Your Ana was landing non-stop sleep darts and antis all game. They were actually going fucking crazy. But anyway, yeah, round of applause for the Ana. Unironically, Toby488 was doing amazing for this, like compared to the other players in this game. But anyway, so right now your Ana is wisely choosing to hold this angle. It's kind of hard for the enemies to get in here. She's got a clear view of this entire area to heal you. What I think you should be doing right now is I think you should be playing it safe, waiting for your rest of your teammates to get here, seeing if you can help this Genji maybe. Probably not, but if you can, try and help him. He does look pretty screwed. Thingy, waiting for your teammates to regroup, and you just hold this corner as hard as you can with the Ana. Because even though that doesn't look super flashy or interesting, right now, the enemies are going to have a really fucking hard time forcing you out this corner if you just sit here, block, and the Ana's just sitting there just like giving you infinite health and anti-ing anyone who comes into the corner and sleeping them. If you just plop yourself here, you basically got complete control over this angle and you can peek out any time and you got view of this whole area. It's a really good spot to just hold and defend, and you and Ana alone can probably hold it. And again, maybe Genji can even retreat there and get away from this Moira. Moira won't be able to run in there if you all bunch up in there. So that's what I would do. And it seems like this is a very bad time to use Annihilation because, well, first of all, I don't even think you know this Moira's back here. So let's pretend they're not there because you don't know that. You only know that D.Va's here. So you're using Annihilation on one person. Now, in fairness, you know people are coming back, but, you know, that's already not a good start. And then as well as that, it's like, okay, so you're running in, which makes it harder for the Ana to heal you, and also leaves her open to getting killed by this Moira now that you didn't know was back here. After the Genji's already about to die to this Moira, and almost certainly will die. Thingy. So what's going to happen here is that you're probably going to get both your Genji and your Ana killed. You're going to run in here, you maybe demech the D.Va, and then you just die on point because it becomes a 1v5. You know, that's what I was expecting to happen. Now you get away with it, and I was like, what happened here? How'd you get away with it? And it's hilarious. Watch what happens with this Genji. This Genji did not actually die, at least not immediately. The Moira's on him. Ana's trying to bail him out, but can't heal him fast enough. He just walks over here and no one kills him until you pop ult. And he should not have gotten away with this. If your Moira had a single brain cell, sorry, their Moira had a single brain cell, they would have murdered this Genji. But they kind of, in fact, their Junkrat shows up even as well. Like, but none of them shoot the Genji. They just kind of let him walk right up here.
He's on 1, though. He's on 8. He's on 1.
And then Slash. And don't get me wrong, this might not look that big a deal, but he took a half of this Moira's health bar off as well, which made it so that now you can kill the Moira in one punch, so she can't get away in time. So, genuinely, that Genji living there, which he should not have lived there, kind of saved you. At the same time, guess who also just showed up? Sombra. And that was really lucky, because she literally just arrived. You didn't know she just arrived. That was lucky that she showed up at the perfect moment. And then on top of all of that, if I remember right, the Moira on the enemy team just kind of does some questionable things just in general in this whole little series of events. Because right now, the enemy Moira should be going for your Genji hard. Like, let's see. Yeah, like, she starts going for you for some reason. She gets lost. She starts going for the Genji again, but like, then gives up when the Sombra viruses her, and then like, goes for you instead of killing the Genji, and then, like, the fact that this Moira had such a massive brain fart bailed you out, because if this Moira just opened her eyes and is like, wait, there's an Ana hiding in that corner and she's alone and no one's there to help her, she just runs in there and murders your Ana. You get no healing. You're fucked. Literally. Like, Genji would have died as well if Ana got killed there, because Ana also saved Genji. Yeah. Your Ana is the backbone of your team right now. She is saving everyone. Your Ana saved this push.
Snaps for Ana.
Yeah. So, like, genuinely, like, don't get me wrong, it worked, but I need you to understand, you are very lucky this worked. If this Moira had a brain cell and your Ana wasn't good at the game, then you absolutely just feed 1v5 here and lose this team fight, lose your ultimate, and maybe even lose this game. Because this is the last push, like, you know, if you wasted your ultimate that close to the end, that could have been real bad. But yeah, in the end it all works out, and that's the end of that round. That's how you get the point. Now, I said earlier, I was telling you all about this summer, and I was saying that the second round is where things get bad.
Oh boy.
So far, I will say this much. For as harsh as I've been, I don't think you've been playing too bad. You know, by the standards of, like, you know, newer players and ranked games and all of that. You know, it's about what I expect. You know, it's not that bad. In fact, But this is where I start getting mad at you. This is where I start getting a little bit like, okay, please engage a neuron. I refuse to believe you're this dumb. You simply choose not to think. So I'm going to be a bit mean from here on out. I'm sorry. It's just how it's got to be, because there's not a lot of nice things to say about this second round. The worst part is as well, I think the best thing was when I was first recording this, I was literally saying like, oh wow, you know what? Small thing, but already I like that you're standing here at the start. And I was thinking, man, you know, this is a good angle to defend. Most people go right to the little platform on the right. And don't get me wrong, that's not a bad spot. But I like this spot. I think that's a decent spot as Ramatra. You know, you're not great at long range, so you're not going to be landing Widow headshots on someone from spawn if you're standing on the other high ground. So standing here, where you can see your teammates, you can see your enemies, you're close to a health pack, you know, it's a nice safe spot to occupy. I think it's pretty sensible. And you can wait and check if someone comes through this doorway as well, because sometimes if they sneak through this doorway and you're on the right side, it's hard to see them. So you know what? I think that's a nice spot. And I was saying, yeah, good idea. Good starting here. I like this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, just walks off. Okay.
The rest of his team.
Okay, well, whatever. He puts up a shield for his Ash. Fair enough. That's fine enough. Bit trigger happy with the abilities as usual. Uh-oh. Something's wrong. Do you know what's wrong? Can you tell me what's wrong?
He's focusing.
Yeah, that and one other thing. It's related to them focusing the Diva. Something is wrong that wasn't wrong before. Something is very wrong. Like, something is really wrong. And it's less to do with what they're doing right now and more to do with what they're not doing.
Not looking behind them at the people that are going through.
Yep. Okay, so I'm just saying, right? Okay, I know we can see through walls, so I know that I can see us coming more easily. Reaper right here, and I did tell you the reason that high ground you were at the beginning is good is because you would have seen this Reaper if you were there. So already, this is already a little bit your own fault for not holding the spot that you were going to hold at the start. But whatever, small mistake. You know, whatever. You want to be with your team. It's not that bad to hold the spot. I just think the other spot's a little bit better. Whatever. Okay, so Reaper has some of the loudest footsteps in the game. While there's a lot of sound right now, if you keep your ears open, you can hear these footsteps. But okay, whatever, footsteps. Pretty hard to hear. That was a shotgun blast and a fucking sleep dart going off. Mm-hmm. You know the Anna's standing next to you.
And there's a ping.
And there's a ping! And there's a ping! I didn't even... How did I not even... I was so focused on all the little things. I didn't even mention the ping.
You normally see the pings and I don't see them.
Yeah. So, we have had loud footsteps. We have had a shotgun blast. We have had a sleep dart fired by your Anna, who you know is directly next to you. And we have had a loud blank, hey, Reaper inside our asshole. And what are we doing? We're focusing the Diva. Are you fucking kidding me, man?
Oh,
turn around! Turn the ship around! Turn the ship around! No! What are you doing? Turn around! Oh, hello, Reaper.
Oh, hi.
If you're wondering why he's over here now, it's because, thankfully, your Anna is cracked and instantly, on reaction, snapped her neck around 90 degrees and landed the sleep dart on him. Instantly anti'd him. By the way, literally fucking everyone on your team except you turned around and saw the Reaper after that and tried to shoot him when he woke up, but he made it out because he used Wraith Form to cancel the anti-heal and get away. And now he's coming back in. So yeah, that's how he ended up over there. Literally everyone on your team knows what happened except you.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't the best. Okay, so Reaper's now TPing somewhere. You know he's going to come for high ground. It looks like he tried to come up here onto your Ash, but he got coach gunned away. You seem discomfited.
I have a feeling he's going to block at full health again.
Let's see. Oh, actually, fair enough. But then, what's he doing? What do you think you're doing there, buddy? What do you think you're doing?
Shooting bullets into defense matrix again.
Not even that. Okay, right, sorry, just a second. I just realized I didn't free cam this time. So I didn't free cam earlier when the Reaper comes around. I need you to understand, it's not just the Reaper. More happened after the Reaper. This bit isn't done with now. So, look. The Reaper sneaks around here. Deanna's paying attention, so she instantly just says fucking nope. Green and everyone comes over, Genji comes over, they try and kill him. Now Cass is showing up, firing bullets. By the way, his footsteps are also pretty loud, and he also, was in plain sight. So now they're all holding this angle. And now the Moira's just backcapping the payload. This is all while Ramatra's just fighting the fucking Diva. And now Reaper's coming in, and it's like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, that's literally 3 out of 5. That's almost the entire enemy team is on your backline, and you are running at a Diva blindly. What are you doing?
Protect the backline, but also dive the backline.
Yeah, okay.
Moira ping.
Moira. Okay, I'll give you this. In fairness, Ramatra is an awkward character. I don't hear people talk about this much. Ramatra is actually a character where, like, aside from just putting a shield in front of someone, which doesn't last very long and you don't have it very often, it is a little bit hard to protect your teammates. And so a lot of the time, I feel like pressure equals peel is a very important thing to remember as Ramatra. In other words, continuing to pressure the opponents does mean that, hey, you're taking pressure off your supports even if you're not literally blocking something. And don't get me wrong, you could say that's kind of true here, but I would say that's kind of irrelevant because this Diva isn't fucking pressuring anyone except you. If this Diva was actually posing a threat to your backline, I would say you could give that excuse here. But the people you need to be pressuring are the Moira and the Cass and the Reaper that are inside your backline tearing it apart. Those are the people you need to be pressuring to take the pressure off your supports. So yeah, anyway. But other than that, I really do have to ask, like, what did you think it was going to happen here? Like, first of all, when you see that Reaper TPing, the first thing you should be doing... Okay, to be fair, actually, no, I think you were doing it. No, I'm being a bit harsh there. I was about to say, the first thing you should be doing is seeing where he TP'd to and going after him. I think you tried, and then the coach gunned him away, but because you can't see through that wall, you're a bit confused as to where he went. Which is fair enough, because that's a bit confusing. I only can tell what's going on because I can see through the wall. So actually, I'll give you... fair enough there, that's a bit harsh of me. But going on to this Diva is just like, what are you doing? So... they're in this room, no one can see them except you. You're the only one damaging them, they have full health, their supports are right there, they're close to their spawn and you're not. There are enemies inside your back line, friendly reminder, you have no supports right now, and all there is a single Ashe sitting on that little stand with no abilities left because you used them all on the Reaper, who now is the only person helping you fight this Diva. You used all of your buttons on this Diva, and then, oh no, look, you didn't have basic spatial awareness to notice, oh right, the Ana that's literally been sitting here all game is still here, and just antis me and pumps up the healing of the Diva. Now, I've got no armor, no anti, and no buttons except a single shield left. So, okay, you pop shield. Oh hey, look, it's Reaper! Did you know the Reaper was right there, standing directly next to you, and could have blown your head off if you paid attention? I don't think you did. Got some shield. Okay, he starts backing off. At least you start backing off. But, like, right now, you are literally going for a 3 versus 5. Let me try that one again. You're going for a 2v3 at best. That's assuming the Ashe is shooting them. I don't even know if the Ashe is shooting them. She might be doing something else for all I know, but...
I mean, she killed the Reaper.
Let's have a look, actually. I don't actually know. Oh, she killed the Reaper. Yeah, no, she would be helping you here. She saved you by killing that Reaper, honestly. That Reaper should have walked on you and blown your head off while you were antied. But anyway. So yeah, this is just a fight you're not going to win. Like, the enemy tank fully hard-pocketed, and you're going to run in with no heals and no buttons. You know? with less teammates as well. And it's just like, okay. Anyway. Oh boy. We're going to do a jump here. Okay, right. Actually, this one, I think even you, there's no way you can miss this. We're going to see something bad in a moment. I think it's coming in a moment. I think you know what it was. Do you know what's bad here?
Shielding, nothing with...
Oh, wait, actually, do you? Oh, maybe I've overestimated you. No.
You have.
Okay, fair enough. This red hit marker indicates where you're getting shot from.
There's somebody behind you.
Not just somebody behind him. Walks into him. He's right there! He didn't notice it took... I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Okay, sorry. 1 second. I need you to see how stupid this looks. Now, in fairness, this Cass is also very bad and misses half his shots. So, give him that. But I want you to understand that this Cass walks out that doorway, fires 13 bullets and a magnade, and walks directly in front of Ram's face, and he does not notice until he's in his face. Like, you have to see this to believe this.
To be fair, that would probably be me because I'm not fully aware of what the red hit markers mean.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, hang on, there's the Kree! There's the Cass! Oh, God, yeah, yeah, no, that's bad. You really... Like, that's just showing how blind you are to that doorway. That's what? That's like the 5th time an enemy... Wait, okay. Reaper at the start, Moira at the start, then Cass came through the doorway, then Reaper came through the doorway again, then Moira came through the doorway, and then Cass came. 6 times they flanked through that doorway, and you've not seen any of those 6 times.
Yeesh.
6 times, man. At the very least, you block and walk back here as you should. Oh, I forgot about this as well. The fact that you are so clueless here is really, really bad because it even gets your Ana killed. Right, okay, so what's going to happen? After you get... So, we're going to do it from your perspective first. So, you see the anti get landed on the Cass, and you get a bit indecisive, and you block too early, and... Listen, I think it's fair to understand, yeah, he's basically one punch to death. I kind of get it, you want to run in and roll him over. And I think if you reacted instantly, you could have done it. After you already blocked and went, oh, actually, maybe I will. I think that's a little bit too late, but you know what, I kind of get it. But the second you walk this far, it's like, okay, Baby Diva's looking at me, Cass is looking at me, the Ana's right there, the anti's about to wear off, I'm not in punching range. They could have Sleep Dart. This Ana hasn't used Sleep Dart, by the way, yet. Ramatra's a really big target for Sleep Dart. What happens if you get Sleep Darted here? Mm-hmm. You know, this should be the point where you're like, shit, maybe this wasn't a good idea, I'm backing out. But you keep going in until you run out of armor. And I will say at least, good that you noticed that you were out of armor and then you started blocking. That was a good block. But then, not a good Ravenous Vortex. You almost got yourself killed again. You got bailed out though. And the reason why this is all bad is because this whole time your Brig is basically jumping out into the line of fire to save your life. Because of the fact you're killing yourself. And... hang on, Ana's dead. How did that happen? Well, usually, Ana would be protected by Brig. But Brig went off to save your ass! And so what happened to Ana that time? What was going on while all that was happening? So, that's in back there healing you. They're taking a look around. Oh no, they're getting low. And then Sombra appears. And they do the right thing. They jump behind cover. They land some shots. And the Brig can't get to them in time because they're busy saving you. And now your best teammate's dead. Not even just like they're the most skillful player in the game, though they are. They are the most skillful player in this lobby, as far as I'm concerned. But also, literally, just even if they weren't that good at Ana, Ana's the most valuable teammate in this comp. And they're dead.
You're dead.
And you're dead too. Everyone's dead. I don't think there's a coincidence that everyone dies the second Ana does. Anyway, get along here. Let's see. You're a bit slow to react to everything that's going on here. Like you had shield, but. Yeah, you know, they were probably dead anyway. There was this Moira after them too. So they probably were dead anyway, but I'm just saying, you had shield. Oh, what happens here? I think I forgot. Oh, okay, come on, man. Okay, this is just a small thing. I don't usually like nitpicking, but this is just so egregious. This is not you being bad. This is you not even trying. I'm convinced. I'm going to play this in 1/4 speed. I genuinely don't know what causes this. So... you pop Nemesis form in a second.
Violence.
Now already, this isn't the worst Nemesis form, but once again, you're basically already full health. The only person you can punch is the Diva, and you do more than plenty of that. And you don't know where any of the other enemies are, really. So you don't know if there's anyone for you to run into with this Nemesis form. And also, do we even know if our supports are here yet? Because, like, you should... okay, they're about to be here, but once you run down that corner, you don't have any support. But, like, if you don't run down that corner, you're wasting your Nemesis form. Pretty bad spot to Nemesis form. You should know where your supports are positioned. You should wait for them to actually be in position to help you before you go for this. And you should, like, if you needed to do it to live, this would be smart, but you don't. So, you know, this seems pretty bad. And then you look away from the Diva and punch the wall, and then you hit your ult? Like, no one's even in the circle! The Diva's out of the circle now! Why are you hitting your ult? You had full health as well, so you didn't get any armor for hitting your ult like you usually would.
Yeah.
And now you're like, oh, hang on a minute. Now the Moira pops her ult in response to your ult. So wisely, you wait, no. Oh god, I thought you were even trying to go for the Moira, but no, you still focus the Diva. The Moira fades. Okay. Once again, pay attention when the Moira fades. I know that it's difficult to chase a fading Moira, but you need to know that when she fades, she doesn't just disappear. She appears somewhere else close by. So this Moira disappears from your line of sight. As far as you're concerned, she doesn't exist anymore. You're having a bit of trouble with the object permanence part of things, you know, it's like, I can't see her anymore, so she doesn't exist anymore. Now, I want you to take a guess. Well, what do you think the Moira's doing right now? Where do you think she is?
I think she's gone behind Ram.
Mm-hmm, and if she's gone behind Ram, what do you think she's doing right now?
Hitting the back line.
Yep, which means who is dead?
Probably Ana.
The the single most important member of the team. Ding, 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 ding. Anna's gonna be dead in a second. I'm actually amazed she's still alive.
Well,
Wait, actually, does she live this? That would be insane. Nah, no way she lives this. Oh, no, she's dead. I was gonna say. Yeah, okay. So, like, I need you to understand how dumb this looks when you zoom out. Moira Pink! I'm not even paying attention to the pings because I'm so focused on, like, thinking of what I'm talking about. You keep catching these pings, and I'm just like, that makes it even worse! You're literally getting pings, and you're not acknowledging them. So I think, hopefully this is a good camera angle for it. I'm gonna do a half speed this time. So... I think... Oh, hopefully... Yeah, okay. Nemesis form, pops ult, no one's even in the circle, runs at the D.Va, ignores the Moira. Moira appears here. You can run back and kill this Moira. Moira starts trying to kill the Anna. Anna unfortunately misses a sleep dart and a nade, but she nades herself. The Brig just dips on the Anna, which in fairness, like, it's bad, but like, in fairness. Oh! The Sombra bails her out! The Sombra cancels Coalescence with Hack.
Hey.
Literally, this Sombra and Anna are carrying you. But then, yeah, even without ult, she's already too low health. The Sombra dips. Dead. Yep. Oh, I just realized. Oh, I forgot. They swapped to Sombra now, so that's an enemy Sombra, the purple one. Yeah, okay, so all this is happening in your back line, and you have no idea. And what's worse is, look where Ram is now.
Oh, that's a long...
That's enemy spawn!
That's a long way away.
Look, like, how did you end up there?
You don't want to be that far away from your team, dude.
Not that far!
No,
I mean, they have to be able to see you, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to show you what happens. So, once again, you're kind of being rewarded for dumb stuff here. You did just because you popped your ult, and I think Brig popped Rally too. Yeah, because you popped your ult, you did manage to chase the D.Va down here, but you still didn't even manage to kill them with your entire ult because you wasted it that bad. So then Brig's like, well shit, you wasted your ult, let me try and fix that. And wastes her ult to try and fix you wasting your ult. So now she's using Rally just to DMX the D.Va, and you do get the kill on her. But now, okay, well, we got Rally, so we got to do something with it, I guess. Let's just walk into enemy spawn. And this is where it gets real bad, okay? You know what? Like, don't get me wrong, walking into enemy spawn here is dumb. But what you're about to see, there is something really wrong with this that isn't just they're walking into enemy spawn. And I wonder if you can figure out what it is. There is something besides the fact they're going this deep that is really bad. That the Ram does here.
I don't know, quite frankly.
Ah, fair enough. So, basically... I don't like the sound.
Terrified.
Yeah, so... First of all... Cass has more health than Anna. Second of all, Anna is a far more valuable kill target than Cass. Third of all, Cass has magnetic grenade and dodge roll. Anna has zero mobility. Fourth of all, this is the spawn room. These are the entrances to the spawn rooms where they're invincible. Cass is walking into the spawn room. The Anna is making the mistake of walking into an area with no cover and no health packs. If they run at the Anna now, as bad as this is not smart, but now you're already here, the best thing you can do is run on the Anna and try and kill him. And to be honest, you've got a pretty good chance of killing her. Or at the very least, just back out. Just cut your losses and back out. You got the D.Va, you wasted 2 ults, whatever. Terrible ults, just back out. But instead, you do not go on that isolated Anna on her own, near no health packs, no cover, and no escape routes. You instead run at the Cass, again, in clear... Yeah, that yellow, that's where he's invincible. As soon as he hits that, can't kill him. And this Anna has a clear shot on you. She has sleep dart, she has anti. What if you get sleep darted inside enemy spawn and then antied? What are you going to do then?
That Brig is going to bail on you so fast.
Yeah! And not to mention, when you're running in here, what do you want the Brig to do right now? Do you want the Brig to go in with you? And die to the Anna? What do you want from her? I don't know. I don't think you thought about that, you know? Anyway, yeah.
This feels like a one-track mind kind of play where it's like you're focusing on one person at a time.
I'm honestly kind of confused because usually when I see people playing like this, it's like, they're flustered. They lost that one round and now they're like, oh god, and they're just hitting buttons and all that and they're not thinking straight. But like, the thing is, well, not officially, but you quote-unquote won the first round. You got the payload all the way there. Like, I don't know why you're this flustered and this desperate right now. You were playing better when you were playing... Like, don't get me wrong, you played too carefully overall. But overall, playing a little bit carefully, you were doing better back then than you are now. Right now, this is stupidly reckless. And again, it's not even necessarily that, like, being, like, aggressive or making reckless plays is bad in itself. It's being aggressive, making reckless plays, while paying zero attention to the things that could punish you. Like, this is fine, so long as you're aware there's an Ana here that you saw the shots of multiple times, the bright yellow, sorry, purple for you, bright purple shots right in front of your face that hit you multiple times, and at any point this Ana can just press one sleep dart button and delete you from the game. It's a miracle she doesn't sleep you. But, I mean, you still die anyway, because, not to mention, oh my god, I completely forgot. Even once you make all these mistakes, you could have salvaged, even after making this many mistakes, you could have salvaged it. But then you had to walk out this way. If you just ran back here, there's a mega health pack here, that's 250 health. And then a mini here for another 75. You actually live if you just go this way. You made like 5 mistakes in a row, and you still could have lived if you just went the other way. But you chose to walk back in the same direction you already know an Ana is staring at you from. Why? Okay, sorry. You can see why I get progressively more enraged as this continues. There's so many misplays here, man. What is that, Sally? What is that? I should have taken it last one. We lost it. No, everything's not well.
Stop focusing the diva. The other people are behind you.
Well, actually,
I think there's maybe one.
Let me double check that. It's a bit hard to tell from the perspective. No, there's actually... Oh, there's a Sombra, but she's invisible, so he has no way of knowing. Actually, did she come out in this?
I thought she was behind you.
Okay, yeah, no, in fairness, yeah, Sombra did get out one. In fairness, I didn't know this, like, I didn't hear the sound. So, in fairness, you know, you got me there. Yeah, but yeah, no, I don't... Okay.
I didn't even hear the sound, I just got the colours confused. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like how it's inverted in this, like, because it's Team 2, it's like enemies are the enemy colour in their ally. Anyway, so I actually think here, focusing the diva isn't too bad, because we are quite literally in a situation right now where there is no other viable target. Though I would say, just because there is no other viable target doesn't mean you can't be looking for one. I would personally say, obviously still poking at the diva, but don't play from this corner. Look out here. Like, even if you're not necessarily going to get a kill from here, even if you're just going to, like, spray a little and walk away, just so at least you know what's back here. Because then, like, that gives you information. That then it lets you know if, like right now, honestly, right at this second, and I'm not saying this is a misplay from you, because you don't have the information to know this, but if you run at them with Nemesis form, you actually have probably a pretty decent chance of killing them, considering that their teammates are around the corner, and they're both preoccupied with your Sombra right now. So, genuinely, right now, if you pop Nemesis form and run at them, you might actually be able to actually finally demech them, without having to use your ult or anything. But the thing is, you don't know that. And that's not even a thing of you're being dumb, that's a thing of because you don't peek around these little different angles, because you just look at the front all the time, you literally don't have the information to make the correct play, even if you did have the logic to make the correct play. So that's why I would say, like, this isn't too bad focusing the diva here, because she's the only one you can shoot, and you are safe with both your supports here. You know, maybe if you heard the Sombra, that'd be better, but I mean, I didn't even hear them, so I'll give you credit there. Yeah, just taking a peek over here. Obviously, don't do that if your diva's going to run in and run over your supports, but, you know, keep an eye on them. I mean, from here, obviously, you can see both, so, you know, you don't have to blind yourself. But, yeah, no, just look around, basically. Just don't constantly look down the same angle and never check anywhere else. Look around a bit. Get information. Bit of a waste of shield, but don't shoot the sleeping diva. No. Why'd you do that? Okay. So your Ana lands a 6 sleep dart on that diva. That is a snipe. And the diva does not defense matrix it in time. Now I understand you threw a Ravenous Vortex, and Ravenous Vortex usually wakes them up, but you missed it, so the Ravenous Vortex didn't wake them up. So right now, they're asleep, which is great because the Ana wants to throw a nade. That's the first thing Ana usually does when they sleep someone, is they nade them. But now, oh, hang on a minute, you woke up the diva, she puts up defense matrix. Okay, yeah, never mind, she still threw nade after the defense matrix was gone, but I'm just saying, if she threw a nade straight away, the diva could have eaten it. And the fact you woke her up means that the diva got out of the way, and now the nade only hits one person, and it would have hit diva as well if you didn't wake them up. should have blocked earlier as well. I think this is just slow reactions, to be honest, and probably not bad data necessarily, but there! Second you're anti, just hold block, don't even fight. Because essentially, so long as you can get healed, if you can hold block and get healed at the same time, you're practically invincible. Like, you are practically unkillable. So as long as you can survive this being anti for a few seconds, you will not die here. The only way you will die here is by trying to punch people while you're antied and can't get any healing, and ooh, there you go. And yeah, you react too late. If you weren't antied right there, you'd probably live, but because you are antied, you're dead. Okay, right. I get that it happens, but like, another great example. So you just kind of throw out the shield. There's no one shooting you, man! Who are you shielding?
Bruh.
The walls are speaking to him, and they're saying, I'm gonna shoot you! I'm gonna shoot you! Ah! Don't shoot me, walls! And then you walk around the shield you just placed, and you peek the enemy team, and it's like, okay, and then, okay, in fairness, okay, I'll give you credit. I was going to say, why the hell are you walking right in front of the Ana? But in fairness, it's hard to see the Ana because she's hiding behind the D.Va. I'll give you that. But yeah, that was always going to happen. Just walking right in front of an Ana's face, the first thing they're going to do, you're a big, fat, easy target for a sleep dart and an anti, and you wasted your shield, so you have nothing to block it with. Oh god, things are happening. Buttons are being pressed. I don't even know if I can... I don't even know if I have commentary here. What the fuck is... What the... Okay, sorry. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even have commentary for that.
That was too many buttons.
That was multiple buttons to the point where... You know, it's just kind of a bit of a what the bronze moment. You know? I don't even know what the correct play here is because there's so many incorrect question mark plays happening that the correct play becomes weird. Okay, so like... Okay, you kind of got screwed there, to be fair. I don't think there's much you can do there. Oh, wait. Did your brig... Your brig thought they could shield even though they were hacked, I think.
Oh, poor brig. Brig, you were doing so well.
Yeah. So... Yeah, okay. This might not be your fault. This is just really unfortunate. A lot of buttons. So they throw out the bomb. The fucking Ana, still fucking player of the game, just like instantly sleeps the baby D.Va before she even fucking hits the ground. Really cool, but unfortunately can't get anything off of it. Genji goes for it, but gets hacked. And then the bomb's there. Wait, does Ana live this? I thought she... Well, no, she did die. I guess she just dies to the Sombra. The brig just stands there and takes it, even though she can just walk around that pillar and live. Because I think she just thought she had shield and she didn't.
And then she dies.
Yeah, honestly, by running around that corner, you did the best you could, but then the first thing you should have done is once the bomb is gone, you should have run back.
Ana's dead.
Ana's dead. And then I'm guessing Genji dies. Yeah, now you kind of run away. Okay, so that's mostly not your fault. You basically did everything right. The only thing is, the second the bomb went off, you should have tried running back. You probably still died, to be honest. That's probably just, you know, that's a lot of ultimates get fucked, you know? The fact that your brig just stood there as well really hurt you. Honestly, your brig kind of threw there. I'm going to stay in free camp this last little bit, because I have a feeling there's more buttons to come. Okay, we've got an epic Sombra duel happening in this corner. Here he comes. The MVP, he's contested the payload, and he's hitting his ult! Like the Overwatch League Finals, or Overwatch Contender Series. What is he punching? He's punching thin air.
Punching the payload. Payload doesn't need to be punched. Payload is fine. Okay, yeah, no shielding.
Well, yeah, I don't think there's that much to talk about for this last stretch, probably, because once it gets to this, it's kind of just stick on the payload and just hope you make it. Please, man, people, man.
You know how this guy said he was a KIRIKO main?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he thinks he's sort of in the mindset of Kiri's stuff has auto-aim.
Maybe.
So will guide itself somewhat.
Maybe.
Tanks don't have auto-aim.
Except Winston. That's why he's the best tank. Okay. There's not, yeah, weirdly, even though lots of things are happening here, there's not much to talk about here, because it's just kind of holding a spot. And in fairness, it looks like you got that down. Like, when your job is, when the correct play is to just hold the spot, I mean, you know how to hold the spot.
Yeah. The holding is it.
It's the moving that gets you. No! Wait, hang on a minute. Let's watch that back. So the D.Va comes in, and they just go right to the bottom. Oh, and I heard something. I don't think you heard it. Wait, actually, where is it? Oh, it's Reaper. He teleported over here. I heard Reaper. I heard him teleport, but I'm not gonna lie, I thought he teleported over here, and I thought he was gonna drop down on top of your head, but never mind, he teleported over here and went for the Sombra. Never mind. No. Well, either way, nah, I heard it, you didn't. Nah. No, anyway. This... Okay, let me explain why this is embarrassing. You might be thinking, oh, look, I know it looks dumb, but, like, what was I supposed to do? I tried to run away. You have block, man. You have block.
Was he in Nemesis form?
Yep, with full HP. So, D.Va's bomb at maximum does 1000 damage. Half that, you get 500. Add 5 less for damage reduction, 495, not really much or something. If he blocks here... Oh, I literally did it like... Whatever, he had 680 health or something. If he blocks here, he lives with about 150 health or whatever left. And then his supports are right there, so he probably lives. Mm-hmm. But you didn't. Okay, let's get this last few rounds over with. I think we got the major notes down. Oh, they're going symmetrical. Wait, they're on Winston. Oh, hang on a minute. What are they cooking? Okay, I was thinking double speed, but that's yeah, no. I'll just pause less. Okay, once again, left side, things are happening and you're not paying attention, but I get that there's also things happening on the right side. What's your life? Okay, let's just do it now. That was bad. You really need to throw that on the Winston. You had time to turn around, but you're getting lost. Ooh, no, that's not good. That's not good.
To be fair, I get lost.
This is not exactly a great position to be actively playing from. I would honestly probably just run through the room and either run back if too many of your teammates are dead, which I think they are. I think it's just you and Brig. Or, yeah, no, you really need to be running back because, like, now you're stranded inside the enemy team with no help. Like, what do you think you're going to be doing here? You're 1v5. What are you doing? Okay, so let me demonstrate what I mean. Don't get me wrong, this is not, like, a good situation to be in general. But here's my suggestion. You still have your Brig here. In fact, you still have your life, but you have all these people right here on the other side of this room just waiting, and you've got a health pack in here. What you need to be doing is, this angle is practically useless. The payload's over there, and all the enemies have already walked past you. You do not want to play from this angle, and the only angle you might want to play from is behind them. But if you stand here, 1, where are you going to be healed from? And 2, don't you just get shot from every single angle everywhere? Alone. So, you don't really have any play to make here. The best thing you can do is walk through here, grab the health back if you need it, walk back up. Oh, hey, you'd catch the Moira over here going after your Life Weaver and get a free kill on them while they're stuck alone in this room. Brig will come help you as well. You run back. Oh, hey, look, the whole team's back together and we can recontest and fight here. That's all you gotta do. But you're scared about losing ground, I think, is what's happening here. You think you're clinging on to this little clump of ground and like, no, this is my ground. You can't take it from me. You cannot take it from me. Sometimes you gotta know when to give it up, man. And this is a place where I would give it up. And I would not say, no, give me that, give me your ground. I want your ground. Now. Die.
Tasty ground. Definitely tasty when you've had your face smushed.
They got to the first checkpoint. Alright then. Now we just decided that I was the only one yeah. I think we're punching the Winston a bit too much. Seems a bit familiar, you know.
They're like shooting the people.
Yeah. Okay, decent haul. Like, it's not crazy or anything, it's not flashy, but it gets the job done, it's smart. Ooh, you get lost that you were punching a teammate there. You saw Echo and you tried punching him. But oh well, it's fine. The Moira left point in C9. She didn't know she was the only one left alive. Still, they got the payload halfway across the map. And you have 2 minutes 35 seconds to do the same. How does this one end? And they've got the Bastion. Oh god, I do not want to see what Bastion does to you, but it's going to be bad, I think. Okay, so you're going down main this time, and you're using the payload as cover. Okay, this is not a bad start, actually. This is not a bad start. You play it safe. Okay, you get anti. You don't do anything crazy. And yeah, and you punishing the Sigma. Okay, you go a little bit deep. Okay, but you block. Okay, hang on a minute. That was all right. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Maybe a feeling that you're a bit faster to react, but still, so far, this round's not too bad. Rematch is pretty good against Sigma, so yeah. Honestly, I know that you're like looking at a chance to hit the backline, and I'm usually encouraging you to do that. In this context, Sigma doesn't have as much of a massive HP pool as Winston or D.Va, and he also is pretty weak to Ramatra. If Ramatra gets in Sigma's face, he kind of falls over. So I think it's actually fine for you to keep pressuring the Sigma here, as opposed to like pressuring the D.Va and Winston. Especially because the backline isn't really accessible to you right now. If you run to the backline, you just get speeding. Like, honestly, in fairness, this is the part where the job gets a bit boring, and your job is just to stick on payload, like, never leave it, and just, like, hold your spot, and, like, you know, pressure the tank, so that, the enemy tank, so that they can't push you off of it. Okay, now's your chance to go in. Let's see if you get anything. I mean, not much to say. I mean, it's just fine. Oh, you cancel his ult. That was very dumb of the Sigma to use his ult there. Oh, get the kill, get the kill. Please tell me you get the kill. Okay, so that wasn't great. You know, I understand you not knowing where the soldier was. I didn't either, but I wouldn't have instantly shielded if I didn't know where the soldier was. I would wait until I know where he is. I get the logic, though. Okay, you know what? This is going better than I expected so far. I wasn't expecting you to make it to the first checkpoint. Uh-oh. Hang on, you might want to react a bit quicker to that. It is a miracle you live. Did you catch that? I think you might have.
High noon and he didn't look behind cover.
Yeah, just like, okay, don't get me wrong, I didn't see the cast, I have no idea where he is, but like, I'm just saying, like, even if you have no idea where he is, like, it's this map. Where do you think he's gonna be? Now, in fairness, he might not be there. He could also be there, but no matter where he is, he's not gonna be, like, behind you.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be, like, well, probably not gonna be to the right. You know he's somewhere, like, here or here. Either way, standing where you are right now, and crouching and hugging the payload, you'd be safe. And even failing that, if you just looked in this direction, held up block, that's fine too. You live. Like, it's basically impossible for him to do enough damage to kill you if you just hold top and block. But you kind of just stand there. Oh yeah, he is just standing up there. You can barely see him up there. So of course he's going to be there. He's got a 6 shield, so you can't really contest him. Right now, you either duck behind the payload or you pop Nemesis form and block. And instead... You fired so many bullets into the payload too, and then why is this shield? Wait, did you think he was behind? Whatever. And that was after he already fired too, even if he was there. Okay, that was a bit of a mess. Well, I guess you won. Well, I would go over the, like, general summary, but I think you already kind of got the picture, because most of the important points were, like, repeated over and over. Stop focusing the D.Va, stop focusing the D.Va, stop focusing the D.Va.
Stop shooting the horse!
True! Thingy. But also, yeah, like, it's a lot less... It's not that you flanking is bad as well when you do go for the flanking. In a nutshell, it's that your timing is bad. You've got to know where people are. Like, I know it sounds so dumb, but, like, genuinely, I know it's that you're not physically capable of looking and seeing these people. You just don't think, maybe I should think where my teammates are and where the enemies are before I press buttons and go in, you know? But you've got to be doing that before you do anything. You can't just be like, I see one enemy, I have no idea where anyone else is, I have no idea where my teammates are. I don't know, maybe I can kill them. Let's go in! You know,
Let's press all my buttons.
That's not the strategy. But yeah, if you know that your teammates are able to apply pressure, and again, it's not even like they have to be standing right next to you, but so long as they can contribute to the team fight, or even they just can see you to heal you, even if you're far away, but they can just at least see you to get a bit of healing on you, that's fine. It doesn't literally mean that you have to be standing next to them all the time, but just you can't be applying pressure at times when it's not going to be helpful to anyone and it's just going to get you killed. That's the bottom line. The flanking is fine so long as you do it at the right time and place. And so far, I mean, it wasn't the worst, but, it could have been better. Just, again, the big thing is just really got to work on that awareness and paying attention to where you're being attacked from and what's going on, and really work on that being trigger happy with the buttons. But, I mean, I will say this, this is kind of an interesting replay, because I think round 1 and round 4 were both pretty good overall. I mean, the high noon play was like, what the hell are you doing? But, like, aside from the high noon play, round 4 was pretty clean. Like, for the skill level that this game seemed to be at, it seemed like above average, if anything. And round 1 play was fine, for the most part. I mean, I had a lot of nitpicks, but, like, it wasn't quite, like, what the fuck are you doing? Now, where it went to, what the fuck are you doing territory was round 2.
Oh boy.
Yeah, please try not to be Mr. Magoo. Anyway, all that said, thank you for watching, and, what was it, Sol Angel, I think was the username? Uh-oh. No, it's on the thing. Solar Angel, not Sol Angel. Solar Angel. If you happen to be watching this, then I wish you luck in improving. Well, that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.